Found some fiddleheads right here by the lake. They're just itty bitty though, I'm not gonna pick them. Okay, I'm down at the lake. It's the end of the day. Thanks for sitting tight. I wanted to get cleaned up. I had one of those days where, you know those days where you have like a really awesome day in the sun and your skin just feels like, it got all those vitamins. So I had one of those days. Our RV is all filled up with water, with fuel. Man friend's watching a movie. My daughter and I had a shower. I creamed up. I even shaved my legs. But the reason why I wanted you to sit tight so I can talk about car camping. So very briefly, if you scroll to my very first video that I have here on YouTube, I did a hike for Campfire Circle and I recorded it. It wasn't the first time I did a little fundraiser for Campfire Circle, but it was the first one that I recorded and then posted. It was my first video on YouTube. So if you don't mind going back and watching that, it was kind of fun. It's obviously my first video, so it's a little cheese. Well, they're all cheese, right? But it's really cheese. So anyway, for Campfire Circle every year, I like to participate in my own little do-it-yourself fundraiser. So I take it upon myself to raise some awareness to this beautiful camp. And I don't know how much I'm allowed to post on YouTube. I'm gonna ask the girl from the office if I can post some information here on my channel about Campfire Circle. Long story short, my sister had cancer when she was 4. I would have been like 2 going on 3 at the time. My mom was a single mom and it was a really challenging time in our lives. My sister was quite critical. She went through a lot. She is in remission. So just to have a happy ending there, she is in remission. She's had a lot of health struggles like over the years because of the chemotherapy she had at such a young age. And she is also missing a kidney. So they had removed her kidney. That's where her cancer was. It was called a Wilms tumor. And they did an experimental surgery on her and it worked, luckily. So every year, you know, this camp, when my sister got cancer and, you know, we were quite young at the time, at the hospital where my sister was a patient, there was a doctor there that had started up with a board of other members, this camp called Camp Trillium. And my sister and I were one of the first campers to ever go to Camp Trillium, and it was in just outside of London, Ontario. And we went every single year. It grew. The camp just grew and grew and grew. And we went there for 10 years straight in a row. We also attended day camps, and there was a Christmas winter camp too that we did one year. So it's very important to me, this camp. It holds a lot of I have a lot of, I don't know how to describe it. I have a lot of gratitude for that camp. And over the years, it has changed names. It used to be Camp Trillium and now it's Campfire Circle. So the first year I did a do-it-yourself event. I did a traditional Camp Trillium camp out where I had like log rolling and I did a little kayaking in our pond out back in Ontario. The year after that, what did I do? The year after that, I did, it was a kayak ride and my sister came out with my brother-in-law and a couple friends of ours, and my man friend Mooch came, and we took our kayaks down Big Otter from Port Burwell and all the way to Vienna. I'm petrified of kayaking, I just have to say, but I did it, and I did tip the kayak. I wish I had that on camera, and I didn't. I did take pictures and had a few videos, but I didn't put that on YouTube. And then last year I did a 30-kilometer hike up Lakeshore Road, which is kind of between Port Burwell and Long Point. So I did a huge long hike and it was beautiful. And then I had a camp out at one of my favorite campsites, Sandhill Park, with my man friend after that. And so this year I thought, since I'm here in Cape Breton Island, obviously I could do so much, but I have a couple of rules for myself for the do-it-yourself events. One has to be, so one rule is that I have to do something that challenges me. I like it to be challenged where I'm a little bit afraid. So that's one rule. The other rule is that I have to do some sort of a camping part of it. It has to be camping. I don't necessarily have to hike or kayak, but I have to do something kind of active. So those are my rules. Obviously not that many rules. And then I also do put up a website so that people can make a donation, and just kind of encourage me, even if they don't make a donation. Just knowing people are rooting for me and they want me to, be successful in these little events that I create means a lot. So, so this year, a little disclaimer, I have to admit that I am a lot afraid of wildlife out here. I'm afraid of bears. I'm afraid of these coyotes and wolves we have back here, and the bobcats. And I'm actually afraid of the moose around here. They're a little bit aggressive, apparently. And apparently, there's been some bear sightings on either side of our property here. So we do have bears back there. Man friend has seen a bear out on the trail, rural brief, he said. And I've seen quite a few coyotes. But around here, they say that the coyotes are mating with the gray wolves. And so you're getting these like coy wolves. And the difference between a coyote and a coy wolf is that the coyotes generally are just like, they kind of hang out in solitude, whereas the wolves run in packs. So there's been some stories around here where there's been a few mishaps with some people on the trails with these coyotes. So I'm careful with that. But I'm a little bit afraid of the wildlife. So the event that I am creating for this year is I'm going to do hike a trail that I have researched, read about, seen on maps for a long time. It's something that's been on my bucket list that I've said I wanted to do when I moved to Cape Breton Island, and that is the Skyline Trail. It's in the Cape Breton Highland National Park. It's a beautiful trail. It takes you to this beautiful lookout, and the lookout is like, every time I see the picture of it, it's like the same picture of, the Cabot Trail kind of coming around this mountain, and then you get to see this amazing view. So I'm going to hike the Skyline Trail for Campfire Circle, and then after that, I'm going to spend all day outside. I'm going to wild camp. I'm going to do my ocean front camp out after I do the hike. So I'm going to spend all day just in my car camper that I've rigged up. I have one thing in my car that I'd like to get out of my car. I just have nowhere to put it right now until the dog shop is done. So I was kind of waiting for the dog shop to be finished before I go car camping. I have plans to park at a certain spot that doesn't say that you can't overnight camp, but that leads me to the next thing. I'm a little bit afraid to wild camp because I don't want to be approached in the night to move, and I'm just kind of afraid that I'm going to be somewhere I shouldn't be. So I'm going to research that a little bit more and just make sure it's okay. But that's my plan. My plan is to hike the Skyline Trail and car camp ocean style for the first time. And I'm doing this at the end of June. So June 26th is my day. And I picked a Monday because I generally have day off on Mondays. I always usually book days off, and I do start grooming next month. So I will be off on the Monday, and I may even take the Tuesday off just so I can have time in the morning to just come home and recoup, because I doubt I'm going to sleep very good out there in the wild. I don't know. So that's the plan. That's why I've been waiting so long to do this car camping. I know I keep saying that I'm going to do it, and I don't do it, but I am doing it, and I'm very excited. So I'm going to spend I'm all showered up. Man friend's watching a movie. Everybody's clean and cozy and shut down, and they are calling for rain. That's why I was glad I got down here when I did. And I'm just going to sit down here and enjoy my cup of tea. A little bit of a shout out here for Dave and Chris, who got me this awesome Yeti. I always personalize my coffee mugs, so I always have LOTN stickers on there. If you don't know who that is Lure of the North. And it's upside down, but I'm wearing their buff right now, the Hank and Lenny buff. So shout out to Kai for that too, because that was a gift from her. So hi Kylan. Hi Hi, Dave. And hi, Chris. But the oceanfront, wild, overlanding, car camping excursion, the one I've been waiting to do for a long, long time, that one's on June 26th. If anyone would like to join me, I think one thing that would make it better is if I had someone to hike with for that. I'd really appreciate it. It'd be for a good cause, and it would just be a really good time. Rains on the 26th. I've got the 27th or the 28th to make it up. So fingers crossed the weather's good for one of those 3 days and nights. So thanks so much for sticking around on my channel. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my tea until the sun goes down. I'll see you on the next video. Winds are picking up and it's getting cooler. Can you believe it was 9 degrees yesterday, 22 degrees today? Oh, this maritime weather, boy, oh boy. You surprise me all the time. I love it. All right. Oh, I gotta get up. No. You know, we're really slowing down, but we're really not stopping either. We're sore in a good way. Oh, jeez. Scared the crap out of him. I think I scared him too. He didn't expect to see me there. Anyone else love the sound of poplars? Finally, green leaves on the trees. Oh, there's Joey. He's coming to say good night. Good night, lady. Good night, Joey. I just love that bird. I have this very weird connection to these eagles, specifically that one. Well, he hasn't really left yet. He's still kind of hanging out. You know that feeling of that warm breeze just before a storm? It's like really like eerie, but warm, but nice, but eerie. That's what I'm feeling right now here. Oh, the crows are beating up on Joey. Oh, it's chasing him. It's okay, Joey. Aw. Night night, buddy. How sweet is that bird? All right, I'm going up now. Oh, a little chipmunk. Too cute. It's hard to leave, eh? I keep saying I'm gonna go back up. Doesn't look like much, but that's a climb. It's good for me. Don't look up, 1 foot in front of the other. Don't look up, 1 foot in front of the other. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Getting tired. Oh boy, I looked up. Instantly makes me more tired. Okay. Keep going. Gotta stop. Oh. Not stopping. Oh my gosh, am I gonna make it up in one trip? Ah, bites, bugs, strawberries. Okay, look at that. Whew, I'm getting better at it. Oh my God.
It hurts.